guys? I'm back with another Cubing with Ezra video, and today I'm going to start a 4-part series focusing on the speed solving method, CFOP. So CFOP stands for 4 things: cross, F2L, OLL, and PLL. And I'll give you an example of each. CFOP is the speed solving method I use and most speed keepers use because it's one of the best. And so the first step of CFOP is to solve the cross. So you have a white cross on top. Well, rather on the bottom because you solve it from the yellow side on top, so you don't have to do a cube rotation. And then F2L, instead of putting it in your corners like this, you actually put them in with their edges. So you put it in like this, so you have a chunk. So at the end of F2L, you have this whole chunk, white side solved, plus the first 2 layers solved, hence the name F2L. And then you have OLL, which solves the top, and then PLL, which solves the cube. And so today I'm gonna focus on the cross because the cross is the first step, but F2L is probably the most important step in this. But for the sake of CFOP, I'm gonna start with the cross. So let's give our cubes a nice scramble, and I teach on white cross because I'm not color neutral, but feel free to do any cross color you've done. And I will be using some notation in this, maybe, but we'll see. So if you don't know notation, go check out my beginner's method video and watch like the first 5 or 10 minutes of it, and you'll get all the notation you will ever need. Well, not ever need. You'll get all the notation you need for this. There are some other types of moves I will teach you when we get to that, but for now, we just need basic notation. So there's a couple things for cross. So one thing is you don't want to do your cross like this. Solve a piece, solve another piece, solve your third piece, solve your last piece. Now for that cross, it wasn't too bad, but generally with other crosses, it's a bad idea. For example, this one, solve a piece, take this out, solve a piece, put this in, and then do that. Very inefficient, but that's a beginner's cross. But one thing you must do is solve cross on the bottom. I know when I taught beginner's method, you solved your cross on the top, but that changes now. You solve it on the bottom because you need to be able to look ahead into your F2L. But if you're a beginner CFOP solver like I'll be covering in these videos, you probably won't be able to look ahead quite yet, which is alright. So now we're going to start with how to solve the cross. Now there's thousands, millions, actually 43 quintillion different possibilities for scrambles. So solving cross is like the first steps when the cube is the most scrambled, so it's the hardest to teach because there's no algorithms to actually do it. But there are a couple tricks. So first, you look for your good cases and your bad cases. So a good case is anything that can be inserted into the cross in one move. For example, it's attached to a center like this, and it can go down like that. Or it's on the top layer, and you can do a double spin to put it in. Those are your good cases. Now your bad cases are like this red edge right here. So this one, as you can see, I cannot do a double spin to put it into the cross, because if I did that, then it's red here and white there, when it should be white here and red there. But I can do a special kind of 3-move insert. And hold on, let me get the rest of the cross solved so I can explain this one better. So generally, these cases come up last unless you're good at planning cross, which you don't need to be yet, but yeah. You can do this kind of move. R prime, F, R. And as you see, it solves it correctly. And it's very quick and good, but there are better ways to do that. Let me see. Okay, so back to the original scramble. As we can see, we have 3 good cases and 1 bad case on this scramble. So what we can do is solve our good cases first, which is alright, because they're good cases and you can put them to the correct center easily. Now, I know I said don't put it to the correct center earlier, but if you're a beginner, that's fine, but I'll show you some tricks later in this video. And then, so, see how this is a good case and it goes in like that, and this is a bad case and it goes in? So if you do recognize that, you can do a fancy kind of move to insert both of them at once. But that's kind of complicated if you're just starting CFOP, so I wouldn't recommend it, and just do the insert and 3-move insert to solve your cross. And that's kind of it, but there are a couple other things I'd like to talk on. So say you have an edge flipped in the bottom. So how I like to solve this, if this is my last cross piece, this is a bad case because it can't go into the cross in one move. So how I like to solve this is I go F prime, D prime, R prime, D. And as you can see, this solves your cross. Now, say that was not the last piece, like this. We still have 1 more piece to put in. So what we can do is we do a similar sequence, except we don't have to do, very similar. And there are some other tricks to cross, and I will talk about them in another cross video, but that's it for beginner cross. That's all for this video. See you guys on my next Cubing with Ezra video. Go check out the rest of my videos on my channel and please subscribe. And I'll be doing F2L next, in case you're wondering. And so, see ya.